What's up, everybody? This is Derek here, and welcome to the second part of my PUBG and PUBG Mobile armor series, where today we're going to be talking about chest armor. If you haven't seen the first part, I will leave a link to that in the video description. In that video, we talked about helmets in PUBG and PUBG Mobile, why they're so important, and what the differences in stats are for a level 1 versus 2 versus level 3. So we're in chest armor today, and now's a good time to say that if this video helps you out, definitely help the channel out by giving it a like, sharing it with your friends, and considering subscribing if you haven't already for tons more PUBG Mobile content. Let's jump right into some just general information on chest armor in the game and why it's so important too. There are actually 5 different hit areas that chest armor helps reduce damage to, and for an explanation on how hit damage is calculated in PUBG and PUBG Mobile, it's actually more complicated than I thought and many people probably thought. I'll leave that link in the video description too. So chest armor in the game reduces damage to the clavicles, the upper chest, the lower chest, the stomach, and the pelvis. And on this mannequin here, you can see that they are black or dark gray to represent the different parts of the body that are protected by wearing chest armor. Every vest also provides 50 extra capacity. So we talked about this in the helmet video, how it doesn't matter what level helmet you have, it doesn't help you carry anything else. And this makes sense from like a real world standpoint, because vests, they have pockets which you can use to carry extra ammunition or extra attachments or medicine. So it makes sense. And backpacks, just for reference, are 150, 200, or 250 capacity. That's a level 1, 2, and 3. So it doesn't matter what level of vest you have, all of them provide the same 50, which isn't that much, but it's something, and it's definitely worth picking up a vest to get that extra capacity, especially early in the game before you find a backpack. Vests, just like helmets, provide full protection until they're destroyed. This means that at 1 durability, the vest is almost dead, but it will still provide the same level of damage reduction for 1 shot or source of damage. And this is super important. That's why you should always pick up a vest if you don't have one, even if it's very damaged. I gave the example in the helmet video where I said let's drop on the roof of school, and immediately you get a weapon and you knock somebody out, but you mess up their armor and you go, the chest armor is almost destroyed. It's still worth picking that up early in the game because it will still provide full damage reduction until it's destroyed, and it will allow you to carry more things if you don't already have a backpack, So for those 2 reasons, it's super important to carry or pick up any chest armor you find, even if it's super damaged. And a damage level 3 is often better than a full level 2, and same deal for a damage level 2 versus a full level 1 chest armor. And that's because of the damage reduction, and because it generally doesn't take that many shots to kill somebody in PUBG. So often, even if the vest is damaged, you'll be killed before it's destroyed. So in that sort of situation, you'll want the highest level possible because it will provide the greatest damage reduction, which could potentially allow you to tank an extra shot or 2 and kill your adversary before they get you. So let's talk now about police vests. We'll start with the lowest level and we'll work our way up. These are the easiest to find. They are pretty much everywhere in the game. You can find them in houses, warehouses, you can find them anywhere. And that's a good thing, because although they provide a fairly low level of protection compared to the other vests, they're still great compared to nothing. So even if you find a level 1 vest, do not worry, it's still decent. And now we'll talk about stats for them. Bulk, this is something you don't really have to concern yourself with right now. This is how much capacity the item would take up if it was in your inventory. So at least right now, you cannot carry an extra chest armor, you cannot carry an extra helmet. However, if this changes in the future and you're allowed to carry a spare, then know that it would take up, level 1 would take up 120 capacity. That's a lot because, we were talking about backpacks before. Level 1 backpacks only 150. So if you were to carry this, that doesn't allow you to carry much else. Capacity, this is with just a police vest. So if you have everybody starts with 20 base capacity. That's if you're totally naked in the game and running around, you have 20 capacity. And 70 capacity is what you have when you carry or when you put on a level 1 vest, because the capacity extension is plus 50. So 20 base plus 50 equals 70 total. That's what total capacity is what that should really say. Damage reduction's a little bit more straightforward. 30%. That means that if something does 100 damage to you and you have a vest on, you're going to take 70 damage. 100 HP, 100 HP is what everybody starts with in the game. That's what everybody has. Doesn't matter what armor you have or what level character you are. Everybody has the same 100 health. So the damage reduction of 30 means that if you take a shot in the chest that would have done 100 damage, would have killed you in one shot, then with a police vest level 1, you'll only take 70 damage. And durability is how much health the vest has. So every time you get hit and the vest takes some of that damage from you, it's being damaged the same amount. So durability 200. In that example, we said 100 damage to the chest. If you're wearing the vest will take 30. So that means that the durability of the vest will be reduced from 200 to 170. Type body armor, that makes sense. Next, we'll move on to the level 2 vest. This is also called a police vest. However, this one is black, and they're still pretty easy to find. You can find these mostly where mid-tier loot is found, so like warehouses, more larger houses. Those are typically the areas where you'll find one of these versus the level 1. It provides a moderate amount of protection versus a level 1 vest. It's definitely better. It's definitely better to upgrade, even if this one's damaged. However, it's still nothing insane. Bulk is up to 150, so doesn't really matter right now, but that would be an entire level 1 backpack dedicated to just carrying one extra level 2 vest, which probably wouldn't be worth it. Capacity of 70, that's the same, so that's your base plus your extension. So just know that any vest, regardless of level, allows you to carry 50 capacity more than if you didn't have a vest. Damage reduction is now 40%. That means that if you took that 100 damage shot to the chest, now you're only going to take 60 damage, and the vest takes 40, so the durability would be reduced by 40 from 220 to 180. People ask me, I've gotten a number of video comments on the helmet video, why do higher level armor tend to break faster? And this is why, because they're reducing more damage, so they're taking a larger durability hit every time they tank damage for you. And the difference in durability on this police vest level 2 versus the level 1 is only 20. That means that almost, I'm pretty sure all the time, a level 2 vest, because it only has 10% more health, but it reduces damage by 10%. I'm going to get that wrong. But basically, if you feel like it's dying, the vest is breaking faster, it probably is. So someone else can do the math there. The durability is 10% higher, but the damage reduction is also 10% higher. So would they break at the same time, or would this one break first? I don't know. But let's move on to the military vest, which is the coolest vest because it's the best one, obviously, and it looks the neatest, in my opinion. So these are very difficult to find. They are still a world spawn, so they are not exclusive to supply drops. And they provide the greatest level of protection currently in the game. Bulk of 180 doesn't really matter to us right now, but know that they would take up a ton of room. One example where you might be able to use this in the future if they implemented this is if you found another military vest, you found a spare, you could pick one up for a teammate if you were a good teammate, something like that. So capacity is 70, capacity extension 50. That's the same as what we were talking about before. Damage reduction is now 55%. That is huge. That's a huge difference from 40% of the level 2 vest. That means that that 100 damage shot, which would have killed you in one shot if you had no vest on, would only do 45 damage to you. You could tank 2 full shots before the third shot killed you. Whereas with no vest, you would die after the first shot. So that's a huge difference. But that also means the durability is not that much higher. It's only 250 versus 220 for a level 2. That means that this vest will break the fastest. So that is 100%. Don't even have to worry about the math there. I know for a fact that a military vest will break before a level 1 or level 2 vest. So that's unfortunate, but that's the way it is. And I suppose that's the price of the greater level of protection. So in that example, like I said, 100 damage, it gets reduced 55%, so you're only taking 45 damage. The vest is taking 55 damage though, so after one shot, that durability is going to be down to 195. And if you got shot a second time in the chest with the same weapon, you'd be down to 10 HP or 10 health, so you'd still be alive. But the vest would take another 55% damage, or 55 points of damage. So that means that it would be down to 140 durability left. Yes, 140 durability left. So that vest would be pretty damaged after just 2 shots. So that's pretty much it. That's how vests or chest armor work in the game. If you have any questions, definitely let me know in the comments down below, and I'll try to help you out, or somebody else definitely can. If you enjoyed this video, like I said earlier, definitely give it a thumbs up and share it to help the channel grow. I really do appreciate it. And consider subscribing if you haven't already for tons more PUBG Mobile content. My name's Derek G, and I hope to see you on the battlefield soon.